Alright, we wrapped up the powder coat rack. Just at least fabrication wise, I don't really see any reason to get carried away with it anymore. I ran out this morning and bought 48 more feet of tubing and was able to build 3 more racks, removable ones. I have one stick left. I think I have a 12-footer and some small, like 40-inch pieces. But pretty much, if I want to hang off from here because these are tight to the wall, so my hangers, I'm looking at putting the actual item between here and here. So these I'll just pull out. If they're over in here, I can slide them up to the middle. So that one and this one's removable, a little bit tighter, but just gonna tap it with a hammer. Open it up a little bit, so leave these out of my way, and then this one, I'm gonna end up leaving it there. But if I had something that was, I don't know. Anyways, it's removable. So by welding the posts on to stay, this is much easier to just, lean up off to the side, or I could probably do, a rack that holds this, but, tippy toes, and I utilize the height of the oven. These ones are all removable as well if the items happen to be longer. So, same with that. So just leave it all assembled and I'll roll it in. Before I do that, well, actually, I'll just push it in now so you can see it. I built an inside frame. I didn't weld it to the unit, but it's pretty much in the old grocery stores. I remember there being there's a kick plate on the bottom for when people slam shopping carts into stuff. So it has that. Usually I saw that stuff around the delis where they have the meat loaded carts. But I just set that up so it protects the lower heating elements. I really can't go crooked, but I did the angle iron on the side anyways, and I, rounded out the ends so that it would deflect off from it, but there really isn't a lot of movement up at the top. So, and then that's the rail I put in just so that if I came around, at first it was just this angle, and I wiggled the rack a bunch of times just to make sure I was seeing every possible option, and I noticed that in the back, this corner could come in and touch that. So I just did an angle in the rail, guardrail. So now if this thing comes out crooked like this, it physically drags up the rails. Same with that side. I'll kind of cockeye it, and now my heating elements are all good. So this is what I've got for the powder coat rack. Again, it's nice and lightweight. Next, I've got to bend up my hangers. Probably just do round rod, but it would still be nice to make uniform sets. Probably 10 to 20 of them, anyways. So that is that. I guess I'll do some cleanup and get going on the next part of it. But I just wanted to show you kind of the in and out and what I did for preventative damage control. I do like how that utilizes a lot of it. Up in the I can see right now, I think I'm going to do one more setup. Yeah, so I think looking at how this takes up space, I think I'm going to do another set of drop-in rails, but they'll come out and then they'll go down the wall, and then the same thing on the top. They can drop in here and step up so that I can, if the rail was out of the way, or I could move that to the middle, that would offer an item to be up in this area, and then one in here, and then one up here, and then same thing. As of right now, these rails I can hang straight down, but let's say I have a lot of stuff. I'm gonna have to make another rack. This will probably be the bake rack. I'll do one for doing single items powder coating because I don't want the overspray on everything. So I'll probably do another, like I said, same on this side. It bumps out and over, and that gives me the option to take these out and then hang from up above something that takes up way more room. So I'll do a handful of other things. Like I said, this now that I'm done, I was going to powder coat on this. I think this is just going to be my bake rack because I really don't want all the powder baked into the nooks and crannies, making it difficult to adjust. This would be good to keep clean. And like I said, I'll just do something small. Something that would be kind of neat would be to do a crane sort of like that, just an arm, or I can utilize the structural beam, but I need to consider that the mezzanine is going here. Ideally, that's what I would build it off the face of the mezzanine. I'd have something like that can pivot out of my way, and then I pivot it out, and then I can do all my powder coating, then take everything and hang it on that rack. But I'll have to come up with something today. Like I said, I got some extra tubing, and my goal is this week to get the powder coat system completely up and going. So I just bought the Eastwood Hot Coat 250 dual voltage powder gun. I was going to spend like upwards of $1,000 to $1,500 at first, but I don't think this is going to be something that I do all the time. My money is in welding and fabrication, so this is more something that my wife, in hopes, would be able to do majority of it. I can step in, pick things up here and there, or help, but powder coating, I think, to be successful, like anything, same with welding, is you have to commit 100% to it. I'm one person. I'm already committed to one thing. So if part-time and my wife more full-time can get the powder coating up and going, if it is more lucrative and demanding, then I would certainly step away from a lot of the welding work that I do, because a lot of it is dirty, and end of the day, it's I like the variety, but health-wise, I think there's certainly other options. I have other dreams to chase. Welding is more of a tool for me. I thoroughly enjoy it, but nothing's as much fun when you have to do it every single day for a living. So I've changed a lot of things around. Instead of doing structural steel every single day or pipe welding every single day, what I do for welding service and fab is one end of the spectrum to the other. There's something different every single day, from CNC cutting to excavator, bulldozer, dump trucks come in and out of here. I've had low beds in here, so that's more big scale. Then I have like vintage vehicles or antiques, 50s, 60s cars, 70s. So that's more of these panels don't exist. Can you like make something so that bring this thing to life again, give it a new life, and so we can enjoy it for a while. So I do a lot of that, a lot with like ATVs, side by sides, snowmobiles, rust work, frame repair. I've had a lot of trailers in and out of here, a lot of aluminum horse trailers. I've just did like deck over, aluminum landscape. That's another thing, landscape companies. I do quite a bit with them, repairing like the billy goat leaf vac systems, zero turns. Those things get hammered on. People come in, whatever, exhaust work. Sometimes I'll get into, while doing that, suspension. It varies. I kind of like everything. I did a lot with the vintage snowmobiles this year, as far as fabricating and making custom parts for those. But cast engine blocks, transmissions, literally like everything, and I really enjoy that. This is just the next step for me, and I'd really like to see. I think my wife would enjoy doing it because you get to see a final product, something to be proud about. If you don't like it, it's pretty simple. You unplug it, you just blow it off, start over again. But it'll give her a chance to I don't know, do something that she's proud of. Because she's been a stay-at-home mom, so this will be kind of a big deal to be able to do something. And my whole goal is like, if you can stay home and not stay home, be lazy, be on a computer. Like I'm home, but it's I don't know. This to me is the American dream. So I'll stop rambling about that, but pretty tickled. I've been really dragging my feet on getting this powder coat system up and going. My buddy wired it up for me, and so now I got the rack, I bought the powder coat gun, and again, if that works great, there's no reason to step up to anything more expensive. But if it does and an opportunity arises to get like the next upgrade and it will benefit me, then I have no problem doing that. So, with that being said, maybe I'll get started on a temporary rack to maybe get a video going of my first item being powder coated. I think what I'm going to end up doing is I have extra of these Kohler face plates. It's cool because it says made in Canada, but the paint's flaking. This one's clean, but that's your classic cast. It has some sort of coating, but a very similar color to the original. The other thing would be to just grab one of these signs, maybe my dirt bike over there. That is, this is just so my hand's a reference. That one's pretty clean. I'll probably end up doing that one. Those ones I painted, but this one I don't think I could powder coat it as cool as the paint came out, but from afar. And then I did it with like the overspray. So no hard details, but so this is a white, black, and blue speckle. So I missed it all that. So when you come back, I don't know. To me, that looks sick. But yeah, we'll get some stuff going here. But that's it for my video. I gotta get going on something different.